Oh, big UFC fight night coming up. Not a fight night, actually. A pay-per-view coming up. And two of my favorite all-time fighters are in the main event. And Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway.
First, get the number right. It's UFC 326. Big card. You know, I support the BMF title now. We'll get into that later. Let's do our picks from the bottom to top. So, first pick, I'm going RoboCop.
You're going RoboCop? I'm going to go Ferreira. If I'm pronouncing his...
First, RoboCop is fighting Ferreira. So
okay, yeah, of course. Gregory Rodriguez versus Bruno Ferreira. For those of you who don't know who RoboCop is Gregory Rodriguez. He's fighting Bruno Ferreira, and I'm going to go Bruno Ferreira because I feel like he's a better overall fighter. We're just going to skip past that. That's a middleweight belt. Middleweight fight. And the next one is a lightweight throwdown between Dude Dauber and Michael Johnson. And I will always choose anybody against Michael Johnson. Anybody against Michael Johnson.
Why are you hating on Michael Johnson?
He's on his way out. That's why I'm hating on Michael Johnson. I'm not hating on him. He's just on his way out.
Yeah, Drew Dober's going to win this. It's a pretty easy pick.
I think by knockout, by the way.
Yeah, pretty easy pick. So I'm going to choose Drew Dober knockout. And this one's an interesting fight. Rob Font, a vet, experienced fighter, versus up-and-comer Chiwiwi. You know?
It's Chiwiwi! Rosas Jr. I don't know who. This is a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I think it's wrestling. I think I'm going with Chiwiwi. I'm going Chiwiwi in this one.
I think I'm going to go with Rob Font. I think Rob Font might knock him out. I'm going to be honest with you. I have a feeling he might just knock him out. So I'm going to go with Rob Font. And the co-main event is... I can never pronounce his name, but it's Kyle Barrera and Renier de Ridder. For those of you who don't know, Carlo Barrera, I'm completely pronouncing his name wrong. He's one of the fighting nerds. And I'm pretty sure he's going to knock out Renier de Ridder.
Aren't the fighting nerds broke up?
Yeah, but whatever, he's one of them. If you know him in the UFC, you're going to know him probably as a fighting nerd.
I think he's going to knock out de Ridder.
Yeah, I'm going TKO, but de Ridder's losing via TKO.
And on to the main event, the fight everyone's looking forward to. You know, first we weren't intrigued by the BMF belt, but then I took into consideration that it makes exciting fights. Because think about it, if you fight for the title, you can't move up and down that easily. But if you fight for the BMF title, they're gonna allow you. The UFC is gonna allow you to move up and down and make exciting matchups. Because the whole point is exciting matchups. So now if Max wins this fight or Charles and they want to go to welterweight, they're not going to be holding up the division, and they will be allowed to move up or down to whichever division they want, I'm assuming. And
I agree with you. I was skeptical about this belt initially too, but that point is a great point. But for that point, they should have given this belt to Ilya, because he already beat Max and he knocked him. No, but hear it out. Because now Ilya vacated his lightweight belt, but he wouldn't have to... vacate his BMF belt. He could move up with the BMF belt.
But the thing is, I don't think it's smart to give it to champions. Current champions. You know what I'm saying? Not saying Max and Charles can't be champions, but if you get to current champions, there's no point in defending two belts.
Yeah, that's true. You do hold up the division
if Ilya
again.
fights Islam, right?
Yeah.
You don't need Islam. Ilya doesn't need the belt because everyone knows he's still a champion.
Yeah, that's true.
So now if you have BMF belts on the line, it's not going to make it any more exciting. But now if two people don't have the title, for example, like say...
this fight.
Yeah, this fight, or in the future, if Charles or Max, whichever wins the fight, and they want to fight, maybe they want to move up to welterweight, who's the exciting fighter at welterweight?
Or maybe Max wants like a rematch with like Volk or something.
Yeah, or he wants to go down to featherweight or something. You know, you can make those exciting fights.
Yeah.
Without holding up the division.
That's true.
So... it's good to give it to non-champions, I believe.
I get it. Yeah, that's a good one. But now, moving on to the actual fight. Now, this is a tough call. Who are you going for? Who do you think is going to win this fight?
Like you said, they're two of my favorite fighters.
Yeah.
I like them both. To be honest, I can see it go either way. It's literally a toss-up, and I'm making no picks. I'm going no pick with this one.
No pick, okay. I don't know. Yeah, this is a tough one. I might lean a little bit more toward Charles Oliveira because I think he's got the better submission and jiu-jitsu game. He's also improved his striking tremendously, and I believe Max is coming off a knockout, right? Is this Max's next fight from Ilya, or did he fight once before?
Didn't he just beat Gaethje?
He beat Gaethje. No, did he beat Gaethje before Ilya? I don't remember how the thing happened, but Max's first knockout was Ilya. So because of that, I think he's not. He might be fully recovered, but I believe there's now that potential that you could knock out Max Holloway is there.
Max just fought Dustin Poirier and won.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying the potential that you can knock out Max Holloway is there. Before it was Max Holloway's
So that potential you can
unknockable.
knock out Charles Oliveira is always there too.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's a bad take.
I don't know.
a
I'm
bad
gonna
take.
lean a little bit towards Charles because he's got more in his bag. That's what I would
Who's ever
say.
tapped out Max ever?
I don't remember. Yeah,
Exactly.
No one's ever knocked out Max either until recently.
Yeah, but who's ever
Yeah.
tapped out? You keep saying his jiu-jitsu game, but who's tapped out Max?
Mm.
Exactly.
But-
It's 50-50 fight. If I had to make a pick, I'll lean slightly towards Max. But I could see Charles winning the fight, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I can see either of them winning it.
Amazing
Yeah.
fighters, and I believe both of them can become champions again.
Yeah, especially because Ilya vacated the belt too.
even Ilya knocked him out. Ilya's amazing. Like, don't get it wrong. Ilya might be the best fighter, but I think Max in the rematch won't get knocked out. I think it'll be a much more competitive fight.
I think so too. I really do. But I would love to see Charles fight Ilya too. That'll be a great fight as well. But let's see what happens. Tune in this Saturday. Great pay-per-view. Great fight. A great main event. The BMF belt on the line. Tune in. Thank you for listening.